Here's the quickest guide to Cloak and Daggers in Marvel Rivals. You have two forms, Dagger and Cloak, which can be freely swapped between. Dagger's primary fire is your spammable heal and damage. Whenever you hit a friendly target, it will heal them and anyone close to them, which you can see from this subtle circle on the ground. This does crazy AoE healing. When you target an enemy, it does baby damage to them, but also heals any friendly targets around that enemy. So you can just spam damage and anyone close to the target gets free heals. And it has the craziest hitbox of any projectile I've ever seen in a game, so you really can't even miss with this, which makes tagging airborne characters pretty good. Cloak's primary fire is a medium range suck that does good continuous damage, has unlimited ammo, and doesn't really need to be aimed at all either. However, it does zero healing. Dagger's secondary fire is a ground bubble that does a massive amount of healing over time to any friendly standing inside. If you directly target a friendly with this, it will go right past them to a wall or something, so you need to make sure you're targeting the ground or the area you want it to go to, not the hero. Cloak's secondary fire turns all friendlies immune and invisible to enemies for a couple seconds, and gives a small speed boost. This is really good to avoid flankers and to counter enemy ultimates. Dagger's E ability is a square that heals anyone it passes through and increases their healing received for a few seconds. Cloak's E ability is the same square shape, but instead damages and blinds any enemies it hits. It also increases the damage enemies take for a few seconds. This is an amazing ability for initiating fights and dueling flankers. Both Cloak and Dagger have the same ultimate ability. It's basically a quick torpedo that happens 3 times with a short delay in between. As soon as you press it, you get launched forward, quickly healing you and any allies hit by it for a massive amount of healing, and leaves behind a pool that does massive healing over time to any friendly standing inside it. Now it does the opposite and damages any enemies hit by the torpedo or standing in the pool. The damage doesn't stack, so there's no real need to drop the pools at the same location. Just try and spread the pools around to get as much value as possible. Cloak and Dagger's team up ability just gives Moonlight an extra ability button that he can use to make himself invisible. It doesn't really do anything for us. And finally, here's 2 simple combos that will quickly get you going. For healing, you'll be Dagger. Toss your E to get bonus healing out and drop your secondary fire bubble on the targets you want to heal. You can then either spam primary fire heals on Dagger or switch to Cloak for your second combo. After your heals are down, swap to Cloak. Toss out your E to blind any enemies and increase your team's damage to anyone hit. And then just spam your primary fire until you need to switch back to Dagger to heal. And remember, you can always use Cloak's secondary fire to get back to your friendlies or counter an incoming enemy ult. And that's pretty much it. Check out the Patreon if you want to support our guides, links in the description.